That low hum is an identification pulse. It functions as a digital handshake, connecting a previously isolated device to a synchronized global architecture. The process begins with 3 words delivered from an unlisted source. "You're ready now." When the coordinates follow, they arrive with a weight that bypasses typical logic. There is no physical force involved. Instead, the signal creates a narrow internal path, where following the instruction feels like the only viable direction to move. The destination is usually a structure of aggressive mundanity, a small office or a residential building with the door left slightly ajar. It doesn't look like a hideout. It looks like a station waiting for an operator. The effectiveness of the signal lies in this transition. You aren't dragged into the building. You walk through the door because the frequency has already realigned your sense of purpose. Inside, the room holds a small group of people in various states of rest. Despite the circumstances, no one is talking, and no one is looking for an exit. They share a specific, hyper-focused posture. It's the look of people who have stopped processing their surroundings and started listening to a single internal source. The first person to speak offers a statement of fact. You heard it too. It's the verbal marker that everyone in the room has been tuned to the same broadcast. This gathering is the result of a deliberate filtering process. The signal broadcasts broadly, sifting through a population until it identifies and pulls together the specific minds that resonate with its frequency. When the monitor on the wall activates, the room's collective focus shifts. The individual experience of the sound is replaced by the requirements of the network. This map tracks active signal events. Red pulses appear in London, Tokyo, and New York in perfect synchronization. As these points link, they form a communication web, ignoring traditional borders. The infection has scaled beyond local containment. The protocol has now moved into an active phase. The group is no longer waiting for the signal to find new listeners. They are being prepared to deliver it manually. The directive on the screen focuses on 3 environments: public spaces, dense crowds, and the use of constant repetition. High-frequency repetition exploits a basic cognitive loop. When a crowd hears the same instruction enough times, the brain eventually stops analyzing the content and simply begins to follow the pattern. And this is how the network expands. It turns every person who hears the signal into a new transmitter, ensuring that the broadcast reaches the next crowd with even greater density. I told them this would only accelerate the damage. One of them looked at me and explained that speed was the entire point. They weren't interested in a debate. They were focused on the schedule. The map on the wall zooms into a street-level view of our coordinates. The global data is replaced by a local targeting grid. New red markers appear every few seconds, clustering in the park, the transit station, and streets immediately outside. One of the blinking dots on that map represents the room I am standing in. I am no longer an observer watching a map. I am a data point contributing to the search. The process of assimilation is complete. The internal hesitation that usually governs a person's actions has been replaced by the signal's need for deployment. Someone places a phone in my hand. The screen is locked on a single prompt: send instruction. My fingers are shaking, but the signal is already vibrating through the bones of my hand. The impulse to press the button is becoming stronger than the impulse to resist it. Around me, the others have already started. The room is filled with different voices reciting different instructions, creating a wall of sound that drowns out everything else. Every blinking dot we saw on that map is a person with a device in their hand, standing in a crowd, waiting for a reason to speak. The signal only requires 2 components to reach a new location: a speaker and a listener. Because you've stayed to the end of this broadcast, your coordinates have just been added to the map.